is a postgraduate in English language and literature. He's a rank holder. Joined State Bank of India in 1985 as probationary officer in Gauhati Circle. He's the recipient of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award 2018 for Excellence in Public Service and Dr. Kalam Memorial Ignited Minds Award. His name figures in the Be the Inspiration book released by the Rotary Club, Mumbai, where 45 inspiring Indians were listed. Awarded the COVID-19 Warrior Award by CSR Times and India Achievers Forum for organizing various social initiatives during pandemic times. I can go on and on like this about his achievements, but now I would like to hand over the mic to Nixon Joseph, sir, and let the magic unfold. Sir, please.
So, good morning, everyone. It's a great honor and privilege to be part of this model UN event being organized by the Youth of India Foundation. I often attend webinars and mostly I enjoy webinars where youth are the focus. Each time, like today, I'm filled with pride to see such promising youngsters. It gives a lot of hope. It's something I look forward to every day because our youth, our youngsters are brimming with energy, ideas, solutions, innovations, etc. The Youth of India Foundation is organizing this event the background of the COVID-19 pandemic, and also when the significant portion of the population of the world is youth. I understand there are over 1.8 billion young people in the world today. History's largest ever generation of youth. And close to 90% of these young people live in developing countries. The COVID-19 pandemic has undoubtedly thrown us into a profound human health, the effects of which will disproportionately affect our young people for years to come. Even before the pandemic overturned our lives and aspirations earlier this year, more than 1 in 5 young people were not in employment, education, or training. Millions of girls became mothers even while being children. Mental health issues among young people continue to see an unprecedented rise. And it is also estimated that more than 480 million young people live in armed conflict zones. What COVID has done is it has exacerbated these existing systemic challenges, and it is becoming increasingly clear that its socio-economic impacts will disproportionately affect young people for years to come. Yet, as they have done time and again in the face of adversity, our young people have risen to the challenge as volunteers, as essential workers, as innovators and communicators. I should mention here that in SBI Foundation, we have a fellowship for the youth called SBI Youth for India Fellowship. And in spite of the COVID challenge, we received 12,000 applications for the 100 fellowship opportunities. And when I asked each of them, is it the right time to join a rural fellowship? I am amazed and overwhelmed by the reply given by most of them that this is the right time to go to villages and help the villages. That is the spirit of our youngsters. More than ever before, our young people have shown extraordinary courage, leadership, solidarity, and innovation in their desire to fight against the pandemic as well as to build a more sustainable, peaceful, and just world for current and future generation. Right now, we are in the most important crossroad humanity has ever faced since the end of the World War. I'm a different person than 9 months ago when the pandemic started. I guess no one thought a tiny virus could change all the socio-economic structures of society. And here we are presented with a new normal. But we have to remember that the normal we had before the pandemic was an unsustainable way of living. By exploiting to the maximum the resources available, that was not a sustainable way of living. We cannot call it a normal. But for our luck, we already have a roadmap, the Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals. So we must shift gears. We must apply our energy, our power. So all the sustainable development goals are addressed and no one is left behind. But to start making a change, we must ourselves change. We must ourselves move to a sustainable mode of living. It is no exaggeration to say that what we do between now and 2030 will determine the quality of human life on this planet for hundreds of years to come. And therefore, we have to empower our youth. And what Youth of India Foundation is doing is just that, empowering the youth. We need to change the paradigm to a green vision. Post-COVID, our normal should be sustainability. If our world has to become more resilient, we need to do everything in our power to promote a green world. What this means is including measures to emerge from the pandemic triumphantly while fighting climate change, which is the biggest existential crisis for humanity. COVID-19 is the crisis of the moment. Climate change is the crisis of the century. We cannot support a model which is unsustainable. We cannot go far with the normal before the pandemic, which was a lopsided development that disproportionately benefited the few remarkably rich and left behind the extreme poor. So let's all work together, and especially to the youth, to transform into a more just and equitable society. And I have great hope for that, because all of you youngsters are change makers, innovators, critical thinkers, leaders, and communicators. You all want to be part of the solution. The youth today, all of you listening to me, we have to spread the message of hope. And that is what many of us were doing. Just see, in the pandemic, hundreds of volunteers were trying to mitigate the adversities of the pandemic by lending a helping hand. That is the message of hope we youngsters have to give. All this springs from kindness. Kindness is intrinsic to human nature. What we have to do in the post-COVID world is to revive this kindness into a much stronger way. Kindness may not be able to change the past, but it can change the present. No matter how many mistakes we have made, we can still change our future. You can make a difference. You have the power. Think about it. So please challenge yourselves, your friends, your colleagues, your leaders, and inspire those around you to care about the world we share. Each of us, let us think, what can I do today that will change the world, that will make a difference to our fellow human beings? That will be a triumph for humanity. What kind of act I can do today? And it is very, very easy. When the pandemic is there, it is easy. Just look around. A smile, a gentle talk, a kind gesture. It can make a difference to the lives of many. And you may think we are powerful. What can one person do? No. Kindness is such that if a kind act will create ripples of waves and later it will become a tidal wave, encompassing the entire humanity, changing the world into a very, very kind world. Before I end my speech, I want to tell to all the youngsters here, be determined and resilient. We have the sustainable development goals to be achieved by 2030. We are all aiming to be to have a better planet. And that can be possible only by your determination and your resilience. You may ask, and that is a question many of the youth ask me when I attend the webinars, how can we be more determined and resilient? I answer by facing small challenges. Facing challenges, gradually you become determined, gradually resilience become your habit. I'll just tell from my personal experience. Till the age of 45, I have never been doing any kind of athletic activity. I was fully focused on studies because my parents, teachers told me to focus only on studies. After getting a job with the State Bank of India, I was fully focused on the job. But at the age of 45, I thought life is much bigger than all this. I should do more things coming out of the comfort zone. I thought I should inspire others. And how can you inspire others? By being different. I thought to be different. I registered for the Mumbai full marathon without any experience of having run even 21 kilometers. I registered for the Mumbai Standard Chartered Mumbai full marathon in 2005. It was a big challenge for me because many people discouraged me from taking such a venture. Many people told me that don't go for such activities. Many people told me to be in the comfort zone. I tell all of you listening to me that if you are in the comfort zone, you won't grow, you won't build resilience, you won't build determination. I started running my first full marathon after 10 kilometers. I couldn't go ahead. But then I thought, if I surrender now, I won't be able to inspire others. If I surrender now, I won't be able to be different. If I surrender now, I'm only reinforcing what others told me, that you cannot run even 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers. So I continued my run. It took 7 hours, 30 minutes to complete my first full marathon. And I got the finisher's medal. When I got the finisher's medal, it changed my outlook. That was the first sports-related medal which I got in my life. It taught me that determination can take you anywhere. It taught me that if you have determination, you can face any challenges. I continued practicing for a marathon after that. Till the lockdown was imposed, till the COVID struck us, I completed 37 full marathons, which means from a point of no running at all, no athletic activity, I could complete 37 full marathons of 42.195 kilometers each. And during the crisis, when lockdown was imposed, everyone thought running or outdoor activities are over. No, I thought we can do it inside our apartments, inside our spaces. So I started, I thought I will try running full marathon inside my apartment. And I'm proud to tell that I completed 7 full marathons inside my apartment during the lockdown period, giving the message that if there is a will, there is an inspiring way to achieve it. And what this has given me coming out of the comfort zone is that it has given me determination, it has given me resilience, it has given me the confidence to face any challenges. What I suggest to all of you is not to run full marathon, but to come out of the comfort zone. Face challenges of life. Bring solutions to problems. Have a kind heart. Do at least one kind act per day. And that is why most of you are here attending the Model United Nations Summit 2020. It shows you want to do something out of your comfort zone. It shows you want to lead the world. It shows you want to bring a change. You want to be change makers. I'm very proud of each of you. I assure you, each of you can make a difference. Every day, one person and one situation at a time, anyone can make a difference to others' life. Anyone can make a difference for a better world. You have that chance now because all of you are young, so many years to go. And your participation in this event organized by Youth of India Foundation shows that you are all taking the challenges in the world very, very seriously, and you want to be part of the solution. I'm proud of you for that. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that brilliant start to our conference, sir. Is there anyone who would like to ask questions to sir? If you could raise your hands, I will recognize you.
Also, everyone, remember you have to be very active, very fast, because the first two people will be prioritized for the questions. Okay. So just feel free to raise your hands, Alex.
Okay,
Okay.
we have Kiran Australia from UNODC. You can ask your question.
First of all, thank you so much for this brilliant, inspiring words, sir. It was indeed inspiring. And I would like to ask you one thing that while you started your marathon for the first time, there must be some confusion. There must be an anxiety. How did you overcome that?
Thank you, Kiran, for that question. Very, very nice question. And see, as I told you, I didn't have any athletic background till the age of 45. Why I took to this marathon running was that I wanted to be different. See, my organization, SBI, State Bank of India, has 270,000 employees. I thought I should be different from each of them. I thought that I should inspire others. And you can inspire others only by being different. If you do something different, you are inspiring others. So all of you here attending the UN model UN meet, you do some kind act, something different, you inspire others. And I was thinking that going to office, returning from office, all these makes your life comfortable, makes your life stagnant. Therefore, I thought I should change. And this passion to bring change will help you overcome every challenge. When I was registered for the marathon, many people told me, don't attempt such things. You won't be able to complete 42 kilometers. You focus on your work only. Why you should go for all these activities? So many discouraging remarks come, but you know, it is also challenging. 42 kilometers is a daunting distance, especially for one who has never been to athletics. But then all the challenges which come to you will erase in the face of your passion. I told you about SBI Youth for India Fellowship. 12,000 applications for 100 fellowship posts from young, highly educated youth who have been educated at Harvard, Oxford, IIMs, IITs, leaving their lucrative careers with Infosys, PwC, etc., coming for the rural fellowship, which is going to take them to a very uncomfortable zone without mobile, without any contacts with others, uncomfortable accommodation, everything in remote villages in India. Why they are coming? Because of their passion to make change. So if you have this passion to make change, and if that is your priority, you will find time for it. You will have the confidence to bring changes. You will face any challenge easily. And you won't be discouraged by others. See, all of you youngsters, when you go ahead, you will find so much discouragement from people, from outside the world. Also, you would have been brought up from a childhood up to this age with a lot of false ideas, like you are only good for studies. You are not good for studies. You are not good for any sports activity. You will only become very much useless in your life. You won't have a very good career. All these go into our mind and become our beliefs, and we become prisoners of those ideas. So what all of us should do is to break that prison and live, come out of these ideas. And it can happen only if we become passionate to bring change, passionate to live ourselves, passionate to live life, passionate to be ourselves, passionate not to be molded by others' opinions. I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you so much, sir. Is there
Thank you.
anyone else who would like to ask a question? Okay, we have Nia from UNODC Egypt.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much for this brilliant speech. It has truly inspired me. But one thing I would like to ask is, what does success mean to you?
See, success, each person's definition of success is different. I always feel that if I am able to do something differently so that others get inspired to do better things, I have become successful. See, when I started my marathon running at the age of 45, one of the reasons why I started was, I don't think any one of you go to a corporate executive or to a banker and tell you are inspiring. No. You may tell that only to those who are different. So I was also thinking that if I continue in the banking like this, just focused on my work, showing no different from others, I would also, no one would approach me and tell you are inspiring. So I thought to be different. Different in the sense, it makes a difference to me as well as it makes a difference to many others. After 1,000, I should admit that thousands of people have taken to fitness activities, running, jogging, or many other extracurricular activities after seeing me doing this in my 40s and 50s. That is a great change which I have brought for the better. Even in our own organization, there is a running culture now because of me. And outside the bank, thousands get inspired seeing me do it along with my work. So that is the balance. That is something like when you ask some people, why don't you do some jogging or painting or singing? I don't have time. But what I do is, along with my work, I have been able to continue in my interest, which is inspiring thousands of people. And here also, I would tell that no one among you should tell that I don't have the time to make a change. I don't have the time to do anything different, because that shows your priority. If making change is a priority, making a difference is a priority, you will find time for it. And being successful, I will tell you, being successful doesn't mean you become the head of an organization. Being successful is not that you become a very, very rich person. If you have to be successful, you have to be a successful person, you have to be a successful father, you have to be a successful friend, you have to be a successful brother, you have to be a successful sister, you have to be a successful employee, you have to be a successful employer, you have to be successful in various ways. You have to be successful in a 360-degree way. Only then you will be successful. Like in this time of COVID, when thousands are suffering, if you are able to offer a kind act to someone, you are a successful person. Our success should not be becoming a doctor, becoming an engineer, earning billions, or becoming rising to the top in the organization. All these are good activities. But along with that, we should remember that we should be a successful friend, successful person, successful daughter, successful son. We should be successful in our relations as well. Otherwise, at the end, you will find a vacuum. You will feel dissatisfied at every moment of your life. I'm telling that even if you become the head of the United Nations organization, if you are not a successful father, If you are not a successful son or a successful daughter, if you are not a successful mother, success doesn't mean anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that absolutely inspirational speech. I'm sure each and everyone has taken some food for thought from your speech, and it has been amazing to have a person of your stature among us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much once again for inviting me to this event. I try not to miss events where youngsters, youth are involved, because I told you they are change makers. Every year I'm mentoring around 100 youths as part of our SBI Youth for India Fellowship Program. I have seen youngsters making real change at the grassroots level because of their passion. And even myself, I have been embarrassed by seeing the passion these youngsters carry with them, because I couldn't do such things in my youth. Oh. And all of you have the opportunity to do it. All of you have long time ahead. Make change. It is possible. Each of you have the power. Today onwards, think what change I can do, what kind act I can do every day. So before going to sleep, just think what kind act I did today. So that each person's act of kindness creates ripples and finally makes a very powerful force, make the world a kind world, a better world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Delegates, we're extremely sorry, but we will not be able to entertain any more questions to Nixon, sir. But if you have anything, please put it in the chat or put it across to us and we will communicate it. Thank you so much, everyone. Moving on to our next performer, we have our guest singer, Sharad Agarwal from Siliguri, West Bengal. He is a professional graphic. He loves communicating and meeting new people and knowing their lifestyle. So without further ado, I would be handing over the stage to Sharad Agarwal, sir.
Okay, due to some circumstances, he'll be joining in 15 minutes. Alekhya, I request you to move ahead with the next program on the schedule.
Sure. Sorry for the inconvenience, delegates. Next, we will be moving on to our guest speaker, Hemant Swaroop. He is the Vice President of Government Affairs, South Asia Neurals Group in Seoul. Sir, we would love to have you speak, sir. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Youth of India and Model United Nations to give me opportunity to discuss with the youth panel today. And I would like to say good morning to my dear friend, Mr. Nixon also. Sir, thank you for your kind words. It was really nice hearing you. I would like to just brief about myself. I'm Hemant Swaroop. I have been experienced working for last 10 years with Japan Embassy, with the Korean Embassy. Now recently working with the leading South Korean company in the government affairs sector. But as I can see a lot of youth right now on the panel, and they are just, you have heard a lot about Mr. Nixon, what he has shared the views and all. So I would like to emphasize one thing, that today what we see right now in a lot of youth which is upcoming, and I would like to mention one special note keeping in mind with respect to Korea, because I have seen Korea, I have studied a Korea growth story a lot. I have seen Korea growing from scratch bottom in 1965 70s to what Korea is doing right now, a 700 billion export economy which they are doing, and it is only because of youth which they have done. It's only because of youth which they have done. The contribution of the youth is majorly close to 70-80%. Today India is on the same stage of developing at the same pace. So what we all youth can do, how we can do it, because society depends on youth. Right now India population is total youth. So what kind of demand we will put on, government will do the same way. It is not that government functions in a different way. So it is what we youth wants, what we are going to put on the table of the government. Government will deliver the same thing. So today, right now, a lot of things are happening, international, global, everywhere. Things are on the table. It's an internet click away for everybody. You see the story every I wish youth should learn the story of Korea, how they have grown. In 1965 70s, Korea was just like something which is totally washed away in the war of North Korea and South Korea. And after that, post development of Korea happened because of the youth, the contribution of the youth in different fields of skill development, coming up, setting up manufacturing units, working in field hand to hand with the with the government of Korea. So this is the basic important thing which happened. So I wish that same youth here in India, if they are working in the same way with different, in different corners of society, it's not related only to the government affairs. We should focus on development of society in each sector, in the healthcare, in the empowerment of girl child, in the upbringing of both the societies. So this is the important point which we youth are right now focusing. We are going on the same track. So I think the youth should definitely put focus on these important points, that how we can build and change the society around us. It's not that we should think that yes, we will go to a level and then only we will see things. It's a single baby step matters a lot in life. You can change the things around yourself. So according to that, things move very fast. So this is the basic step which I think every youth should consider. The skill development point, the focus on a lot of small issues right now which we are doing, the environment which is around here, in especially in Delhi, what we see right now, you have seen all around what pollution is happening in Delhi. So do you think the government will play an important role in this? We youth have to play an important role in this. How we can help government in lowering down the pollution effects, how we can do that all. So this is the important thing which we youth should come on the table in the front and start thinking on that way. It's not we should always believe that the first step will be taken by the youth itself only. Government is a second step. First we should think, we should come and we should start working on that. And I have been, we have a small NGO. We are working on uh, uh, the empowerment of the slum area students in Delhi, especially the biggest slum areas lie in Delhi, in Kusumpur Pahadi. So how we do that? We are mentoring the girl child in that Kusumpur Pahadi uh, slum area, and we are teaching that girl child, and then she is monitoring the complete set of 10-15 students. So these small changes are very important there, and these small changes make big effect in the life of all the children who are studying there in the slum area. Same we are doing across in different parts of the country. So this small changes mentor, makes a big difference. Big difference it makes. So same what we do in other fields, that is also very important. So this point of views is that with respect to Korea, I think a lot of youth are coming. So by while sitting in India, we cannot explore Korea also a lot. So just to share, recently government of India and government of Korea signed up a small agreement to build a lot of education relationships. So Korea has given a 44 scholarships. In that, Korea is giving free total free education to the students who would be going to Korea. It is not in terms of education, tuition fees. It's all the basic study material. Staying there, you would be getting a stipend of $1,000 per month in Korea. So youth should apply for that scholarships. Youth should visit Korea, see how things are happening on ground, and then you can easily replicate the things same easily in India. You should come down to India, you can easily replicate with them and take it forward. So these are the small steps which I think we can promote a lot. We can promote a lot in this way. So small steps will make a difference, in which people, young students can travel to Korea. They can explore different sectors. Recently, students are going, but in a very less way. As a part of industry, what we are doing, we are helping students to some of the students take scholarship from our group, which we offer the scholarship to different students also, as per the merit basis which the board has decided, and they are taking things forward. So we are trying to help each and every sector of the society, but without youth we can't do it. So that is very important how we should take it forward. So I urge all of the youth we recently who has joined this the this sort of arrangement done by Youth of India especially. So we urge that youth should put up a focus on how we can empower society, what we can give back to society. And only the thing which we can give back to society is with respect to education, empowering women to come up on the board, and helping, people are not able to have the proper food, proper education. So these lot of things which matters a lot. So I urge that we should focus more on things like what we can give to society. After a small level, we all are at a level where we have taken a lot of things from the society. Now we should think what we can give back to society. We are mentoring a lot of slum area students where they are trying to do very good. Recently, one of the students from the Kusumpur Pahadi, they were not able to educate till 5th standard, 7th standard. Recently they have done till 10th. One student specially took admission in one of the government schools of Delhi in the 10th class. So these small things which we are pushing a lot, and I think it will be making a difference, but it will take little time. So you know it will take time, but I request all of the youth on the panel that yes, we can make things better in a very small manner. How we can put back to society, we can give to different youth. And one of the most important thing I would like to mention that skill development is one of the very important area. We cannot have any all the youth which is coming, they cannot have all the educations like engineering, doctors and all, because there are problem of financial instability in their family. So focus is that after 8th grade, after 10th grade, how the student can have small skill development course. And same way the companies which are there in this specific area, how they can help that boy or a girl to join the company, to have a small financial income, and how they can support their family. So these are the small things which I think it will make a huge difference in the upcoming life. Same example related to environment, how we can have a very strong voice coming out of the youth. And all everybody concern right now is coming for pollution, but in India I have seen nobody bothers about noise pollution. A lot of construction is going on, there is a huge noise problem. The age old people who are there living, they are facing a lot of problem. So in India we are not bothered about noise pollution at all. There is no noise pollution, but people are facing a lot of problem. What about the age old? What about, we are burning crackers during Diwali. Unfortunately in Delhi and across many areas it was banned, but still people were burning. What about, the I have a small pet dog, he was very worried. So we should concern about a different sector which is there, which is living with us. So we have different animals also, so this is all that which youth can work it out. We cannot expect somebody other to do it. Dogs and the noise pollution, we are only concerned with that our human. Respect to youth, we can consider all these aspects point. So this is the what brief which I would like to directly just come on to the topic and give a message to everybody. We are slowly working on everything, and I would like to really thank Youth of India, Salesh, and everybody who have given a platform where we can this, and they would be talking on the wildlife which are facing a lot of trouble, issues. So we cannot expect government to do everything. We should small points which I would like to put on this, and then we can take it forward. And I would like to explore that if
Okay, Hemant sir, actually, I guess you were frozen for a while due to some technical issue, but
Okay.
yeah, so we just couldn't hear the last statement.
Is it audible right now? I think.
Yes, it's audible right now, sir.
Yeah. So my last point was that if the panels have all the youth have some kind of queries, and in which sector I can be more supportive, and how we can collaborate, take some steps together in different sectors, how we can empower, then we are very open to that, with respect to taking international organizations on board, with respect to taking a lot of corporates on board, how we can come up together, we can form associations and we can work it down, with respect where we can have people from different sectors of societies on the board, not respect like we can have students from the slum area on the board, and they can have their problems, they can share that all. So this is a small association which can form and all. So I wish I'm very sorry, I would have conveyed everything in a very short, because we recently have another, I was supposed to join at 11, but somehow due to some meetings I'm rushing for that late. So I wish that if the panel have some more queries, how we can work it out, what kind of roles and responsibilities and all. So I urge that we should consider all the different aspects of society and take that forward.
Yes, sir. So
Thank
I definitely agree with your views, and thanks a lot. Since even you're facing time constraints, and even here we actually got a bit delayed. So on behalf of the all the members present here, I just had a uh, query, if I could ask you.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So actually, in Korea, if you know, there is this certain government legislation at the national they penalize people or fine them if they waste the food.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, what do you think? Is such a legislation good for a nation like India? And could we actually practically implement it in our nation also?
I definitely think this will happen in India in the coming time, I think, and I'm very positive this will happen, because you know I'll just share one example that has happened recently. You go back just 20 years back in India, there were a lot of agriculture, farmland, and we were having not plenty amount, but a small handsome amount of food, where everybody was having food and they were very happy. When the rapid industrialization happened, the globalization happened, a lot of industries startup setting up a shop in India. So agriculture land converted into industrial land, and people were setting shops, they were making offices and setting up industrial units and all. This has reduced the agriculture outcome. So a lot of issues happened. We got a lot of water shortage, we got food shortage. That's why we are having a lot of issues regarding food. So we are not able to feed people. Why? Because of the rapid globalization. Globalization, it is good thing, it has happened, people are developing, but we should equally take in hand the responsibilities for the farmers, because at the end of the day we all are dependent on farmers. So there is I'll just name one. I've seen recently in the past, there is a Robin Hood army. They are distributing food to different peoples across, the rest leftover food they are collecting and distributing to a lot of slum areas and all that. But this should be there, and I'm very 100% positive this will come in India very soon. I'm very positive on this, because we are taking a lot of examples right now from Korea. Government of India is very much focused in terms of political relation, economical relations, lot of developments, case studies are happening right now. I will just share recently, from Ministry of Jal Shakti, a delegation went to Korea. They are studying that how they have clean up a Han River. Han River is the river which flows in the capital city of Korea, which divides Korea. So the Han River, the condition was very bad as compared to River Ganga. It was very bad, literally. I'm saying, I've seen that, I've studied the case study. So government of India is studying the case study, how we can do the same, we can replicate with respect to Ganga. So government of India is trying to study from Korea in terms of cleaning, solid waste management, empowering of the youth empowerment. Basically they are focusing on that also. So I think we should, like youth of India and other societies, you all youth should come across, we should have some exchange with Korean small associations, organizations also across this panel. where you can share your problems. Koreans at the same time, they can share up their solutions, how they have done it. So this will bring a lot of things together. This synchronization will happen in a very better way. So I think if you allow, then we can have some kind of joint collaboration with Korean associations also at the same time.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure I hope your question was answered. Thank you so much, sir, for your words. It has been amazing to have you as our guest speaker. Moving on to our next performance, we have Sharad Agarwal, sir, from Siliguri, West Bengal. He is a professional graphic designer, illustrator, and passionately interested in music. He loves communicating and meeting new people and knowing their lifestyle. So, without further ado, I would be passing over the floor to Sharad Agarwal, sir, and let the magic unfold. Sir, please.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, very unfortunate thing is I would maybe not be visible because मैं हमेशा क्या करता हूँ ना अपना वीडियो बंद कर देता हूँ because the location where I live is मैं भूटान से connected हूँ, so that is why ये internet issues काफी हैं. So for me, I think when it's about music, the audio should matter. And my name is Sharad. I come from Siliguri, West Bengal, and feeling quite honored and privileged to be a part of this MUN by Youth of India Foundation. I would like to thank my friend Urvansh for inviting me, making a part of this MUN. All right, so guys, how are you guys doing? I know कि सभी muted है, but can you guys, just comment hi, hello, anything from your side? Am I audible, by the way?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
All right. All right, so we great कर रहे हैं. All right, we are doing great. चलो, I'm just here for very some time. Actually, मुझे काफी last minute में कहा गया था इस event के लिए. So I'm not well so much prepared and मेरे throat में भी काफी issues है. So I'd love if you guys join me. मैं कोई भी गाना आज गाऊँ यहाँ पर आप सभी के लिए. And any genre you'd like to prefer, like genre या any kind of thing, like आप लोग 90s के सुनना पसंद करेंगे या आजकल के नए गाने अरिजीत सिंह के flavors and any comments on what kind of song you'd like to listen?
Delegates, if you have any specific requests, you can also put it in the chat box.
All right, I'll just start humming something so that you just letting me know, okay? अगर मैं अच्छी तरह से audible हूँ आप सभी को. Is my guitar audible?
Yes, sir.
किसी को सपना लगे तू, किसी को बहती हवा, किसी के बस बातों में करे पल में यहाँ वहाँ, किसी के 100 झूठ सुन ले, किसी का सच भी गुनाह, किसी के बस बातों में करे पल में यहाँ वहाँ. Sing, ti amo, tu छाँव है, तू धूप है. Ti amo, तेरे हजारों रूप है, कोई समझा नहीं, जो भी है बस खूब है. Falling so crazy in love, ti amo, तू छाँव है, तू धूप है. Ti amo, तेरे हजारों रूप है, कोई समझा नहीं, जो भी है बस खूब है. एक अजनबी हसीना से यूं मुलाकात हो गई, फिर क्या हुआ ये ना पूछो, कुछ ऐसी बात हो गई. एक अजनबी हसीना से यूं मुलाकात हो गई, फिर क्या हुआ ये ना पूछो, कुछ ऐसी बात हो गई. सर जो तेरा चकराए या दिल डूबा जाए, आजा प्यारे पास हमारे, काहे घबराए, काहे घबराए। सर जो तेरा चकराए या दिल डूबा जाए, आजा प्यारे पास हमारे, काहे घबराए, काहे घबराए। उड़ जब जब जुल्फे तेरी, उड़ जब जब जुल्फे तेरी, कवारियों का दिल मचले, कवारियों का दिल मचले चंद मेरिए। जब ऐसे चिकने चेहरे, जब ऐसे चिकने चेहरे, तो कैसे ना नजर फिसले, तो कैसे ना नजर फिसले चंद मेरिए। ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। बन्नो रे बन्नो मेरी चली ससुराल को, अखियों में पानी दे गई, दुआ में मीठी कूड़दानी ले गई। बन्नो रे बन्नो मेरी चली ससुराल को, अखियों में पानी दे गई, दुआ में मीठी कूड़दानी ले गई। रे कबीरा मान जा, रे फकीरा यूं न जा, आजा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयाँ। Way on the hill, we lost the way on the hill, we lost the way on. Any guesses which song is this? क्यों चलती है पवन, क्यों झूमे है गगन, क्यों मचलता है मन, ना तुम जानो ना हम, ना तुम जानो ना हम, ना तुम जानो ना हम, ना तुम जानो ना हम। All right, thank you very much. Was I audible properly?
Yes, sir. You were audible and you were amazing, sir. Thank you so much. You can see the chat box. Everybody is absolutely in love with your.
On Instagram and डालते रहता हूँ कुछ ना कुछ somewhere or the other. My Instagram username is your Sharat. So yeah, recently I uploaded this song Kasoor, but I always put that on YouTube, and this was a 3 ko gaya tha apne iPhone mein, and I put that on YouTube. So well, I don't know if I could sing that song or abhi main just he stay paunga ya nahi, but still I'd love to sing that song Kasoor. The last one from my side. You guys have heard that song by the way, right? नहीं तो मैं गा दूंगा and you guys will be like यार ये तो ऊपर से चला गया मेरे. मैं गुमसुम हूँ इन राहों की तेरे ख्वाबों में तेरी ख्वाहिशों में छुपा ना जाने क्यों है रोज का सिलसिला तू रूह की है दास्तां तेरी जुल्फों की ये नामी तेरी आंखों का ये नशा यहाँ खो भी जाऊं तो मैं क्या कसूर है मेरा क्या कसूर है मेरा क्या कसूर है मेरा. Thank you very much. That was all from me. And yeah, thank you so much for making a part of this event. Thank you so much, Urvansh, and thank you so much for inviting me. You guys can join me on Instagram. As said, my username is your favorite Sharad. And thank you so much for the warm comments I'm able to see on the comment section. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I'm signing off. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, we now have Anokhi, who is our Deputy Director General, who will be announcing and introducing the Secretariat, EB, and with a small note for you all. Anokhi, you can now have the floor.
Good afternoon, all the delegates. First of all, it is so wonderful to see all of you here, and I really hope that you will enjoy the next 2 days of committee. And without any further ado, I'll be first announcing the EB of the Youth of India MUN 2020. I'll first begin with the National Security Council, where we have the Prime Minister as Mr. Naman Vankadari and the moderator as Mr. Ansh Bansal. Then we move on to the United Nations Environmental Assembly, where we have Mr. Chirag Kundra sir as our president, Mr. Dilreet Thakur sir as our vice president, and Ms. Navneet Kaur ma'am as our vice president. Moving on, we have the United Nations Commission on the Narcotics Drugs, where we have Mr. Avyak Mishra sir as our chairperson and Mr. Satyajit Singh as our vice chairperson. And last but not the least, we have the International Press with Mr. Aditya Bhatt sir as the head of the International Press and Mr. Anurag sir as the EIC. We are very glad to have you all on board, and we hope that along with the delegates, even you have 2 days of amazing committee time as well. Now, I would like to introduce the secretariat, the people who are behind the organizing of this conference. I will first start by introducing our Secretary General, Mr. Urvansh Saraf sir. Then we have our Deputy Secretary General as Mr. Moin. Then we have our Director General as Mr. Ansh Bansal. We have our Charge d'Affaires as Ms. Alekia Vemuri. We have our OC Head as Mr. Shubh Gogri. We have our Chief Advisor as Ms. Charmika. And last but not the least, I am the Deputy Director General of this conference, Anokhi Panda. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you have 2 days of amazing committee.
Thank you so much for that, Anokhi. We will now be moving on to the Director General Ansh with a small note, who will be declaring the conference open.
Greetings, delegates, executive board members, organizing committee, esteemed chief guests, and my fellow secretariat members. First of all, I would like to apologize on behalf of the Secretary General who could not deliver the speech in his own words due to sudden unexpected emergencies. And I'm honored to be addressing the gathering on his behalf. So I believe the following words are something which he would mutually agree upon with me. The United Nations was formed not to take mankind to heaven, but rather save humanity from hell, as said by the former Secretary General of the United Nations. So in this opening address, I wish to address 3 things. One being what are model United Nations exactly? 2 being what to keep in mind as you set foot in the committee, or to say in a virtual way, as you click that breakout room option. And the third being the objective of Youth of India MU. Before beginning on this, I would like to thank our previous guest speakers with their invaluable thoughts, and I mean, their knowledge is way surpassed, and I was honored to hear them. So I would just like to tell three facts. First being that, this in the COVID-19 pandemic, some individuals like Elon Musk had a growth of $100 billion in their bank accounts, compared to 400 million people being pushed back into poverty. This fact itself is a clear depiction of how huge is the inequitable distribution of wealth between the rich and poor today in this world. Secondly, we see that if the rich could just provide even 4% of their wealth, the so many problems could be solved, whether it be poverty at the aspect. uh, I guess everyone has heard about the Bill Gates Foundation and the Gates Foundation. So till date they have donated $27 billion. That is something which comes under solidarity and helping the international forum. So these were some things I wish to tell. Now, coming to the main part, firstly I wish to tell that contrary to the general opinion, MUNs are not a debate platform, but rather a conference for discussion with priority given to solutions regarding international issues. And a problem which has come up in the MUN circuit nowadays is that they have become competitive, which is really good. But that poses a barrier to the very concept of MUNs, which are diplomacy, development, and resolution. That brings me to my second point, that as you step in the committee today and hear that first GSL speech, don't just hear it to find that one inaccuracy and mistake on which you could raise a point of information or a point of order, but also hear it for what the basic context that delegate is providing in the solution. Because the first half teaches you how to compete, but the second half teaches you how to replete. And the basic difference is that if you know how to compete, you know how to win. But if you know how to respect that solution, opinion, and find a consensus, with that, you know how to learn. And there is no bigger achievement than learning. Because by competing, you may win this one conference, but by learning, you can win multiple others, the ones you will attend in your future. Hence, today, as you sit in the committee, ensure that you participate actively and focus on expressing your opinions rather than trying to impress anyone with your thoughts. Because even a vast knowledge of facts and legalities is limited, whereas a vast capacity of analysis and interpretation is infinite. That's the power of an opinion and belief. That's what this world works on. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying that this is the very objective of Youth of India Model United Nations, which is time to go global. Learning to think globally, but living locally. We as diplomats and delegates should have the power to think from the point of all perspectives while staying rooted to our own policies and opinions. YOIMUN's whole secretariat believes that an eye for an eye ends up making the whole world blind, as rightly said by Mahatma Gandhi, which is a perfect example to show the importance of diplomacy and peacemaking. War gives temporary growth in terms of territory of power, or let's say some wealth, only to the winner's side. Whereas peace and diplomacy gives permanent growth in terms of harmony, social development, economic growth to all the sides. Hence, peacemaking is a way more powerful weapon than it is given credit for. Now, I believe everyone present in this August gathering agrees upon this statement. Hence, on that note, without any further ado, with the powers vested in me on behalf of the Secretary General, this is Ansh Bansal, Director General of the Youth of India, Model United Nations, and I declare the conference open.
Thank you so much for that, Ansh. With that, delegates, we come to the end of the opening ceremony. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you for being a part of the opening ceremony. We are extremely sorry for the small time delay that we experienced. So delegates, you can now leave for your lunch breaks, and committee will officially be resuming at 12:40 considering the time delay. Thank you so much, delegates, and all the very best for day one. For delegates who are asking when to come back, delegates, please join back at 12:40 as committee will be starting at 12:45. Please ensure that you are on time so that we can start committee on time. Thank you so much.
Delegates, we also request you to not to delay any more than 12:40, as we'll be starting the committee session sharp by 12:45 with your EB members present in the committee. The link remains the same, yes. So we request you to join in the same link by 12:40 so that we can start the committee by 12:45 without any further delay. If there are any more questions, you can put it down in the chat, or else you can leave and join back by 12:40. Thank you so much. Yes, Delegate of Australia, it is a lunch break. As the committee sessions are a bit small, the breaks are accordingly. Yes, the delegate from IP, it is the same meeting link for all the committees. Yeah, we request the OC members to stay back if there are any. No, ma'am, we won't be having any other lunch break, but we'll be following the schedule as it was provided to you guys over the WhatsApp group. Yeah.